Hey, you're looking good today. This is Frank in the Brazil Times newsroom, and here's what's happening. Here is your rundown of events for today and tomorrow at the 82nd Annual Rotary Club of Brazil 4th of July celebration. This is the entertainment schedule. Now, the schedule has been changed somewhat since the printed tab came out that we had in the paper. And today, community food booths are going to be open by 5 p.m. However, at 3 o'clock today, the Midway will open. Hey, Larry Moss is here. Hey, Larry, glad to see you. And the Midway will open at 3 o'clock. Remember, those pay one price bracelets are $20 each. Single ride tickets are available at the ticket booths. At 5 o'clock today, Moore's Dance Studio is going to be performing, following by SS Studio Dance at 6, and Tony's Dance Studio performs at 7:15 tonight. Hey, Mike Peterson's here, one of our fellow Rotarians. Glad to see you, Mike. And by the way, I'm glad you stopped by, Mike, because that reminds me, people have been asking about who the winners have been in the daily drawings, and you can find those winners at the Rotary website, which is brazilrotary.org, brazilrotary.org, and we're also putting those on the Brazil Rotary Facebook page. So that's the list of winners that you can find there. So that's what's going on tonight. Tomorrow, the 4th of July, the community food booths will be open by 3 o'clock. The Midway opens at 3 o'clock. The Memorial John J. Thomas 42nd Annual Sack Races in the Park takes place. 4 p.m. ages 7 and under, 4:15 p.m. ages 9 and under, 4:30 p.m. ages 11 and under, 4:45 p.m. ages 13 and under, 5 p.m. ages 15 and under. Cash prizes for all the entrants. And you might ask, who is John Thomas? Well, John Thomas is a veteran Rotarian. He belonged to the Brazil Rotary Club for years and years and years. He's Amos Thomas's brother. And John Thomas, in addition to being an attorney here in town, was a Rotary District governor for a period of time, for one term. So that's what that's all about, and the family honors him with these sack races in the park each year. 5 o'clock tomorrow night, Brazil Community Choir, The Spirit of America, is going to be the program. 7 p.m., the Big Fun Band. Everybody's looking forward to RJ and the Big Fun Band going to be performing tomorrow night at 7 p.m. at Forest Park. At the Bandshell, hopefully, if we can keep the rain off, it'll be at the Bandshell. Otherwise, it'll be moved over to the Cow Palace. 10 o'clock p.m., the Gala Fireworks Show. And at 11 p.m., the drawing for the $10,000 grand prize. That's right, Mike pointed out John Thomas was also our state representative, as was Amos. So I appreciate that. And, okay, Mike says the Sunday winners will be posted soon. So thanks, Mike. Appreciate that update. Be sure and like the Rotary Facebook page for last-minute updates. And as I said, the show times and locations may change. And we'll keep you up to date with that. Otherwise, in the Brazil Times on this pre-4th of July day, Monday, July 3rd, on the front page, we have a preview of the fair pageant, the Queen Contest. It's going to take place at 7 p.m. Saturday at North Clay Middle School. Admission $3, and doors will open to the public at 6. There will be a People's Choice competition with 75% of the proceeds going to the Clay County Youth Food Program and 25% to the Clay County 4-H Fairgrounds Improvement Program. The People's Choice donations can be made in advance to your favorite contestant, or they can be placed in the jar at the entrance of North Clay Middle School. The winners will be announced during the award ceremony at the conclusion of the pageant. The competition begins in the afternoon Saturday with the interview portion of the contest, which is worth 50 points. And that evening, the Princess contestants will compete in the casual wear portion, and the Queen contestants will be judged in the professional wear category. And during that time, all contestants will answer an impromptu question about themselves taken from their questionnaire. The final portion of the contest will be the Formalwear, worth 30 points. And at the conclusion of the Formalwear category, the top 5 princess contestants and all the queen contestants will answer the final question, worth 15 points. So that's something to look forward to next Saturday after the 4th of July, the Queen and Princess of the 4-H Fair pageant taking place at North Clay Middle School. The 4th of July, during the 82nd Annual Rotary Club of Brazil celebration, promises to be filled with happy music when the Big Fun Band takes the stage. That's what we were just talking about, the Big Fun Band. And you'll want to check out the story on page 1 of today's edition of the Brazil Times in print. And let's see here. What else do we have going on? Open up the page, and inside we have a birth. Olivia Michelle Goda was born. And I'm sorry. Yes, Olivia Michelle, that's the baby's name. Craig and Afton Goda of Rosedale. And I got to tell you, I saw Vanessa Montgomery. She was working the food booth. I think it was for the First United Methodist Church. And, of course, she has that newborn baby. Well, I saw them at the Firecracker 5K on Saturday morning. And I thought she was participating, and I thought, oh, surely not. But yes, they did. She pushed little Callan around in his stroller and made it through the 5K. She said, we walked, we didn't run. But good for her. That's great. Congratulations, Vanessa, for being able to do that. That's tremendous. Well, speaking of kids, let's check out Dennis the Menace and the Family Circus. Dennis meets Dad at the door and says, finally you're home. Now Mom needs a vacation. All right. And I think she probably needs a vacation because of Dennis. What do you think? And the Family Circus, Dolly is saying, my toes love wearing sandals because they get to have sun and fresh air. Yeah, my toes do too, and I love my sandals too, Dolly. Got to tell you, though, I'm wearing my regular shoes out to Forest Park because, you know, you don't want to take a chance on getting stuck with a stick or something like that, so I wear my good shoes out there. In sports, Carey Fox, the hardest working sports editor in the world, it reports from Putnamville, 40 sprint cars unloaded at Lincoln Park Speedway Saturday night in pursuit of a $3,000 payday for capturing the Midwest Sprint Car Series feature victory. Rain was the winner on Friday night for the opening night of the Bill Gardner Sprintacular that was to feature the USAC National Sprint Car Series. However, the skies were bright and sunny just 24 hours later for the second night, honoring the memory of Gardner, who started the IndianaOpenWheel.com website. And you can read more about Carey's report in today's edition of the Brazil Times or at www.thebraziltimes.com online. And we have more sports to report also. We have more local news inside today's printed edition and online. The Northview High School class of 1992 celebrated its 25th class reunion at Stables Steakhouse in Terre Haute Saturday, June 24th. And as I recall, they were at the Brazil Concert Band concert last night. I think Director Matt Huber pointed them out. And I think there was another class there, maybe the class of 57 from Brazil High School. Hey, Steve Bell, glad to see you today. And anyway, speaking of the band concert, they had a fantastic concert last night. I swear that band gets better every year. It really does. And what a patriotic concert last night, and just what a great time. Matt Huber said it was the biggest crowd they'd had all summer, and I believe that's right. They not only filled the benches, but they spilled out into the surrounding area where people were in golf carts and in lawn chairs, and everyone enjoying the music of the Brazil Concert Band last night. In today's edition, we also have our Clay County Planter. You'll want to check that out and see what's going on in the county. Oh yes, here's something that's proving to be a popular feature. This Week, That Year in Clay County feature. And I don't say that because I write it, but it is proving to be popular anyway. We take a certain year and we tell what's going on in that week, the same week as we're in now, that year. For example, we're looking at the week that contains July 3rd, going back to 1949. And during this week in 1949, the United States learned President Truman's projection of a $600,000 national deficit. $600,000 national deficit, and that was pretty serious stuff back then. But his projection was off by $1.2 million for fiscal year 1949. The actual deficit was $1.9 million. Of course, in this day and age, we talk about deficits in terms of billions of dollars and even $1 million or $1 trillion. So anyway, and always popular, the mesmerizing Linda Messmer. And she's got an update on the Bourbon Dry wedding. So you'll want to read about that, I am sure. She starts out, she says, Shelby French and Cade Baker were married last year on May 21st in an outdoor ceremony held at the home of her parents, Dr. Charles and Susie French. Shelby had read on the internet about an old Southern legend which told how to ensure it would not rain on your wedding day. And the folklore said you had to bury a bottle of bourbon at the site the bride and groom were to be married. It had to be done 1 month prior to the wedding. The bottle had to be completely full. You could be sampling it, I guess, and buried upside down. So April had been a very wet month, and Shelby thought, why not give it a try? And did it work? Well, you have to check out Linda Messmer's column to find out about that. I'll tell you, she always has interesting comments and interesting columns. She's getting married, you know. Yeah, Linda's getting married this fall. And I told her the other day, I said, well, after you get married, I won't be able to call you the mesmerizing Linda Messmer anymore. She said, oh, yes, you can. She's keeping her current name after she gets married. So she'll still be mesmerizing Linda Messmer after she gets married. And we got a lot more local news and stuffs inside, including a lot of pictures. Everybody likes pictures. So that's about it for today's edition of the Brazil Times, and we're going to have a lot more for you on our website throughout the day. We update that 24/7, so we hope that you'll go to thebraziltimes.com, bookmark it, or even better, make it your home page, because we are your home on the internet. And somebody scrolled by. Melissa's here. Glad to see Melissa. Debbie Nevins is here. Good morning to you too, Debbie. We hope you all have a safe and a wonderful 4th of July. I know a lot of people have today off, and that makes it a great 4-day weekend. So good for you. Glad to be with you. And until we get together, have a good day, everybody. See you out at the Rotary celebration.